can't script it any better, as over a week ago I called in going into the full moon that we would backtest 28,500. Today is the full moon. It is August 1st, 2023. Let's take a look. Side on the RSI, the yellow 8 moving average has crossed the 21, and we're just kind of, as you can clearly see, Bitcoin is at 30,500 at this point in time. Let's continue marching along to the downside. I anticipate for us backtesting into the full moon energy, 28,500, reconsolidating in there. But as currently right now, Bitcoin is sitting at 28,800. But if you look on the Coinbase chart, it actually wicked all the way to $28,498 on literally the full moon. So where are we going next? Well, in this video, I'm going to outline a couple scenarios on which I think we could be going. One to the upside, one to the downside. I'm more biased to the upside, but I'm going to give both scenarios because the key to successfully accumulating, successfully trading is not being right every single time, but having a plan and taking action based on that plan. So Bitcoin right now is very much honoring this trend line. And think about trend. Trend is your friend until it's not. As of right now, it is still our friend. So we're going to continue to utilize it until it no longer respects it. But as of right now, this has been honoring this for over 250 days right now. So scenario number one, I anticipate us to kind of waddle along here into the new moon, which would be about August the 14th, fully filling out this line of 28,500, maybe even getting as low as the 236 here. That would be 28,000 even. Now, once that would be completed, we would test one more leg higher up into $31,000. Once we get above 31,000, call it 32 even, the next leg would be to the 382, which would be $35,000, and we would continue our retracement. And now macroly, let me show you the two possibilities of where we're at right now. Okay, so this was the prior iteration. This was the 2021 bull run, the top one right here. This was the 2017 bull run, and this was the 2013 bull run. Dealing with Wyckoff, you have two possibilities. There is a spring and there is no spring in Wyckoff accumulation. In the 2017 bull run, 2018 bear market, 2019 retracement, we had a spring in 2020. In the 2013 bull run, 2014 bear market, 2015 retracement, we did not have a spring. Either way, this is where I believe that we are at. As you can see, in 2019, we spent a very long time at the 236. Let's see, how many days did we spend hanging out? Well, 55 days, so that's way less time actually. But if you look at this bull run right here, the 2013 bull run, the retracement was actually on a Shemitah, just like we had last year. So this one, to me, is more similar to what we're actually doing. You can see in both scenarios though, they both went to the 618, both back in 2016 retracement and back in 2019 retracement. They both went to the 618. The 618 is here at 48K. Okay, that is the retracement. But you'll notice in the 2017 iteration, we went from the 618, springed all the way down to the 136, okay? But in the 2016 iteration, the year after the Shemitah, just like we're having right now, 2022 into 2023 was a Shemitah, and we're actually now in the Jubilee. We went to the 618, but we did not go back down into a spring. We only went to the 382. And what you'll notice is in this iteration, we spent 210 days right on the 236, which is this red line right here. We spent 210 days on the 236 before going all the way up 100% to the 618 in a matter of 2 more weeks. So if we were to just measure based off of time, which I don't like to do, but we have spent 140 days hanging out here at the 236. That would bring us into October at the 236 before then going off and away to the 618, which coincidentally, late October, we have a solar eclipse. So if we were to follow the prior bull run, it would look something like this. Trading sideways before then going to the 618, 48,000 before coming back yet again to the 382, aka 35,000, before sort of just marching our way along on out of here into the next bull run like we did before. Now, if we're following the 2017 bull run, we would go very quickly to the 618, followed by coming back down to the 1618, which would bring you into the 20,000 range before then going off to the next bull run. These are my bullish case scenarios, but I want to paint a picture of something that I feel is less likely, but something we should still be aware of on my bearish case scenario. And that is this. The 21 moving average is about to cross the 55 moving average. If it crosses, at a minimum, we're going to get, as you can see, the 200 is following perfectly with this trend line. We're going to get to the 618, or I'm not the 618, the 236 right here, this red line at $28,000. If you were to pull a fib off of this, we would come down to the 236, followed by a retracement, maybe even up to the 31K range at the 702. So it would look like this. Backed down to here. People think it's a breakout. Coming back down. And if we cross this trend line, you'd be looking to get all the way back down here to the 25K range. And that would put you in a bearish posture again, and that would give you a triple top crown like distribution in Wyckoff distribution. Ultimately, even in this case scenario, I still think that we would still get to 48K. It would just be a lot longer and a bigger sort of floor in this whole zone right here. On the bi-weekly though, the Bitcoin chart looks amazing, finding support here on the 8 moving average, and right above it is the 55 moving average to the upside, 32,000. That seems to be where we're going to test next. And on the monthly, even better, just printing green candle after green candle after green candle. And as you can see, we've had a cross. The 8 has crossed the 55 moving average and is about to cross the 21 moving average. This would put us in the most bullish posture. The last time that happened was way back here before this bull run. Now, taking a look at the NASDAQ, which is important to look at the NASDAQ to know what Bitcoin is going to do, because the Dow Jones has never, or the Bitcoin has never made a new all-time high without the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones also making a new all-time high. But basically, where we're at right now, we are crazy enough back into the 2021 euphoric levels, and no one is even talking about it. We have now passed all retracements, and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monthly candles in a row for the NASDAQ, and even more crazy on the bi-weekly candles. We've had one red candle out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 bi-weekly close. This is literally parabolic right now. Could this be an indicator of things to come in the cryptocurrency market? As of right now, it looks like it. And a back test on 28,500 is not only normal, but it was necessary to continue. And today is the full moon. These are when negative narratives show up over and over again. Back here, BlackRock got denied. The SEC was suing everyone. All these were full moons. Today is the full moon. And as you can see, big moves up, sideways grueling down. Big moves up, sideways grueling down. Big moves up, sideways grueling down. I anticipate one more big move up to the downside because this is the complete opposite of all of last year. Last year was big moves down, sideways grueling up. Big moves down, sideways grueling up. Big moves down, sideways grueling up. Big moves down. That has now flipped. Follow me for more, yes, savages.
I'm hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy,
hustling,
Ski.
hustling, 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 hustling.